A Ukrainian soldier deployed an anti-tank mine against Russian forces positioned in a pillbox near Kostiantynivka in the Donetsk region. The operation was documented by the 3rd Line Battalion of the 111th Luhansk Territorial Defense Brigade. Yesterday, a train carrying fuel and lubricants in Zankoy, Crimea, was struck, resulting in its destruction and the disruption of supply lines. This time, another Russian soldier attempted to shoot down the drone but was unsuccessful. A Russian soldier tried to hide behind a tree to escape an FPV drone but failed. Ukrainian soldiers rescued a homeowner trapped under rubble following a Russian strike. This operation was carried out by the Police Patrol Brigade Predator in the Torets direction, highlighting that Russian forces continue to hit civilian areas. Their swift actions saved a life that could have been lost beneath the ruins. The rescue once again demonstrates the bravery of Ukrainian defenders who protect not only the front but also innocent civilians. Each mission underscores the stark contrast between Russian destruction and Ukraine's determination to preserve life. The Ukrainian Black Swan Unit, part of the 225th Separate Strike Battalion, detected a Russian soldier taking cover under a bridge and launched an FPV drone strike. The soldier attempted to escape from beneath the bridge, but through a swift maneuver, the drone operator successfully carried out the strike. In the Donetsk direction, a fast-moving Russian assault group was detected by the 414th Strike UAV Brigade. Within moments, FPV drones were launched, carrying out a precise strike on their positions. After the first strike, the Russian group dispersed in different directions, but they were soon pursued and engaged by successive FPV drone attacks. Ukrainian fiber-optic FPV drones targeted Russian personnel, a tank, and logistics vehicles in the Lyman direction. The operation was carried out by the Signum Battalion. These strikes caused significant damage to Russian supply lines and logistics, with many vehicles and pieces of equipment disabled, slowing down the movement and reinforcement of Russian forces in the region. Footage from the 18th Brigade shows a series of FPV drone strikes in the Donetsk region. The targets included Russian positions inside a building and a dugout near Chasivyar and Bakhmut. In addition, a drone strike successfully disabled a howitzer. These operations highlight the growing use of drones across this sector of the front. Here is a Russian howitzer. A Ukrainian Kamikaze drone closes in and the target is completely destroyed. A Ukrainian FPV drone struck a Russian BM-21 Grad multiple launch rocket system more than 50 kilometers from the front line. The attack took place near Krasna village in the Kherson region and was carried out by the 426th Separate Battalion. Aerial reconnaissance identified a camouflaged Russian Tu-S-19 self-propelled gun south of Kremenna in the Luhansk region. An FPV drone pilot then used fiber optic control to maneuver around obstacles and deliver a precise strike on the target. The 63rd Mechanized Battalion of Ukraine carried out FPV drone strikes on Russian positions concealed in abandoned houses in the Kupiansk sector of the Kharkiv region. In this area, where Russian forces have struggled to maintain full control, Ukrainian units continued their relentless drone operations, consistently targeting positions and movements. On closer inspection, it became clear that shelters had been built among the ruins. To conceal them more effectively and avoid attention, Russian forces had constructed these positions beneath piles of rubble. However, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones had been scanning the area for weeks and eventually uncovered the hidden shelters. A Russian missile struck a residential building in Kiev at random, marking the 10th such incident this week. Russian forces continue to carry out indiscriminate missile and drone attacks on buildings across Ukrainian city centers.
You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. Ukrainian forces from the UA Reg Unit of the 1st Detachment, 8th Special Forces Regiment, struck Russian logistics positions in the KSK region. Their operations targeted supply routes and vehicles, significantly disrupting the movement of material and equipment. The Ukrainian 414th UAS Brigade, known as the Kamikaze Birds, carried out continuous and highly effective drone operations against Russian forces. Using a combination of FPV drones and specialized UAVs, the brigade targeted and disabled numerous Russian armored vehicles, transport trucks, and artillery positions in key areas such as the Lyman and Vovchansk sectors. Russian infantry units repeatedly came under precise drone strikes, forcing many to retreat or abandon their positions. Logistic convoys attempting to reinforce the front lines were intercepted and disrupted, slowing Russian advances and creating disarray within their formations. The brigade's operations were relentless day and night, showing an extraordinary level of coordination and tactical skill. By the end of the month, the Kamikaze Birds had become one of the most decisive elements of modern drone warfare, demonstrating how small, highly trained units can impose significant setbacks on larger mechanized forces. Ukrainian aviation carried out a precision strike in the village of Torsky in the Donetsk region. The target was a building where Russian assault units had assembled. The strike led to the complete destruction of the structure, highlighting the continued intensity of operations in this sector. An FPV drone pilot from Ukraine's 10th Army Corps struck a Russian ammunition depot near Kharkivka, causing a powerful blast. The explosion also affected several Russian personnel in the area. A Russian soldier made a desperate attempt to fight off an incoming FPV drone of Ukraine's 414th UAV Brigade, Hungarian Birds. He fired his rifle, threw a grenade, and even discarded his weapon in a frantic effort to escape. The soldier made sudden maneuvers, but the Ukrainian drone operator maintained pursuit, ultimately neutralizing him after a relentless chase. This engagement once again demonstrates how FPV drones dominate close combat, leaving no safe options for Russian infantry on the front lines. The Ukrainian 93rd Mechanized Brigade repelled Russian soldiers who launched an attack on Ukrainian lines in the Chasiv Yar area. The moment of the assault was captured by drones. 4 Russian soldiers were exposed to return fire from the Ukrainian defenders. Ukrainian soldiers who targeted Russian positions with grenades received air support, delivering a significant blow to the opposing forces. Russian soldiers became trapped inside a small building they had entered for cover. A strike using an explosive-laden drone targeted the structure, resulting in its complete destruction. Reports indicate that the Russian soldiers inside did not survive. While on the move, Ukrainian soldiers spotted an incoming FPV drone approaching their vehicle. They quickly exited, and no one was harmed. The vehicle itself also appeared to avoid damage. The drone crashed to the right and behind without impact. It is possible that an electronic warfare system installed on the vehicle disrupted the drone signal or video feed, causing it to lose control. A Ukrainian drone from Falcon Squad flew through dense forest in pursuit of a Russian infantry vehicle, with the objective of ensuring its complete destruction. In the Pinewoods, a camouflaged Russian Kamaz truck was spotted. The first strike caused serious damage to the target, leaving it immobilized and exposed. Russian troops noticed the drone and fled instantly, abandoning their vehicle. A drone then entered the deserted combat truck to finish the job. Damaged Russian equipment hidden in the bushes was also completely destroyed. In addition, Falcon Squad disabled a Russian signal antenna used to coordinate drone operations. One of Russia's long-range howitzers was located and destroyed on the Eastern Front.